Our CBS News investigation, we're calling it Anything for Love, about the wave of online romance scams, turns now to the role of dating apps. So we've reported that these romance scams are costing tens of thousands of Americans more than $1 billion, that's with a B, a year. The FBI tells us that scammers have used online dating apps to broaden their reach. Chief investigative correspondent Jim Axelrod is back with that part of the story. I'm enjoying this series so much, Jim. Welcome back. Good morning.
So much heartbreak, Gayle. So much heartbreak. Good morning. 3 in 10 Americans say they have used a dating app at some point. In the case of Kelly Gow's mother, she believed it was the safest place to find love.
My mom was actually very specific about wanting to do online dating.
Online dating felt safer.
Mm-hmm.
It's ironic.
I know.
Ironic, because after Kelly Gow's mom, Laura Kowal, found a partner on the dating site Match.com, she was scammed out of $1.5 million by someone posing falsely online as Frank.
Did she show you her profile on Match.com?
She never did. I thought she could navigate that very well and would never put herself in any position where she would get hurt.
Laura was like millions of Americans who have logged onto a dating app looking for love. But according to a Pew survey, more than half the people using dating apps believe they've been approached by a scam account. Take the profile picture of Frank, who Laura met on Match.com. We tracked the stolen photo. It's actually of a doctor who lives in Chile.
How is it possible that romance scammers can create these fraudulent profiles on online dating sites?
I mean, it's quite easy. They don't want friction on these apps.
Catherine Cosmides, nonprofit Garba, partnered in 2021 with Match.com's parent company to provide users with background checks. But after a leadership change at Match, the partnership broke down. Cosmides says the entire industry shortchanges safety.
So we've talked to every online dating platform out there, from the largest to the smallest. They all have similar thoughts and feelings around trust and safety.
And what are those feelings?
That trust and safety is not generating revenue enough for them to invest in it.
Cosmides is one of several people who worked on security with Match, who told us dating apps don't ask a lot of background questions of new users. The idea, she says, is to keep signups easy and the numbers up. For these subscription-based businesses, that's essential to boost revenue.
So they don't do enough, in your view, to combat the fraudulent profiles that are being established?
Correct.
In 2019, the Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit alleging from 2013 to 2018, as many as 25 to 30% of Match.com members who registered each day were using Match.com to perpetrate scams. In a statement, Match Group told us, "We believe the FTC allegations have no merit." 3 former executives who were at Match as recently as last year told us that fake accounts were a serious and persistent problem for overmatched and underfunded trust and safety departments, the corporate offices that handle customer security. Match told us it spends $125 million every year on trust and safety.
Prior to 2017, we didn't have a significant number of romance fraud complaints in the United States.
What changed?
The proliferation of the dating sites.
James Barnacle is the head of the financial crime section of the FBI.
We think it's really important for the tech companies to step up and curtail the abuse of American citizens.
After 6 months of asking for an interview,
Mr. Kim, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Jim Axelrod from CBS News.
we finally approached Bernard Kim, the CEO of Match Group, which operates at least a dozen dating platforms, including Hinge, OkCupid, and Tinder.
Look, we invest a tremendous amount of capital, incredible talent on trust and safety.
We talked to several former Match employees, including former high-profile executives. And it's funny you bring up trust and safety, because they said that it never gets adequate resources.
If you look at our investment over the last several years, we've only increased the number of talented people, leadership that's focused in this area. It's existential to our business to remain safe.
Match told us they removed 96% of improper accounts within a day, and use both AI and human moderators to remove bad actors. We tracked down a former romance scammer in Ghana and shared with him what the Match CEO told us.
How hard was it for you to set up a fake profile on the sites like Match.com?
Could I say it is easy?
We've reshifted the way that we've addressed people that can come into our platforms. We're working really, really hard every single day to make sure that people are authentic.
I think maybe he's not aware of what is really going on Match.com. So maybe he might think he had that security on Match.com, but people have their way around it.
So what can law enforcement do to tackle this growing threat? We'll have more on that on the CBS Evening News tomorrow, and you can see the whole story all in one place on Sunday night in our streaming documentary, CBS Reports.
Number one, I appreciate Mr. Kim talking to you as opposed to jumping in the car and running away.
Very important point there, Gayle.
That he
Most
stood
people
there.
run. He answered every question.
Yes, he did, and he didn't stutter. But it does sound like that there's still a problem there. So what can people do to protect? What can we do to protect ourselves?
Well, I know this is going to sound simple and basic, but if you've never met somebody, you think you have because you've established a relationship through your fingers, right? By typing texts or emails. You don't know that person. Don't ever send them money. And if somebody suggests coming offline, off the dating platform, and talking on the phone or texting or emailing, run. Run. Nothing good ever comes
But
of
Jim,
that.
as you pointed out yesterday, they don't just say, now they give me some money. You know, you've engaged in a relationship and then they say, oh, I'm having some problems. Can you help me out?
Because it's a heart transaction. It's not a head transaction. Everybody says, oh, how could this happen? Heart. It overrules the head.
And
I do want to say one thing, though.
Yes.
This entire series only happens because Kelly Gao chooses to share her deeply personal, painful story with us in hopes of preventing other people from living the trauma that she lives every day.
She lost her mother in all of this. The tension seems unresolvable. On the one hand, the dating sites want to bring in customers and make it easy for new signups, but on the other hand, that's what allows the unsafe elements to come in.
And it's a target-rich environment for the scammers.
Sure
certainly is.
Jim, thank you very much. This is a really powerful series.
Great reporting.
Kelly Gao, thank you very much.